Okay, hey, welcome to the Fitlife Academy call. It's Friday, and this is Coach Jill. So glad to be here. So excited that you are joining us. I have opened the chat, so make sure that you come and communicate with us. Let us know where you're watching from so that we know who you are. I want to welcome Coach Penny and Coach Paula to the call. Well, good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Good morning.
This is going to be an exciting call today because we've got great stuff. Oh, look, and here comes Johnny.
Johnny. Hi, Johnny.
Hello. Hello, ladies.
I'm glad you could join us.
Yes.
Excellent.
Happy also. Finally.
Love
I
it.
missed one.
Love it. We're going to dig right in here. Today we are talking. We're talking about some very specific components of juicing. We're talking about herbs and how to add herbs and what herbs you can add to your juices. Now, there are lots of things that you can add to your juices, to enhance the taste. But one of the things that we, recommend adding are some of the basic herbs because, first of all, they're great flavor enhancers, but they each have unique properties and they're very detoxifying as well for your body. So, hi, Jen. Welcome to the call. We're glad you're here. Excellent. Jen had great stuff this week, but we're going to dig into that, Jen. I'll get to you in a minute. But let's jump in here. Now, the first one that I want to start off talking about is one of my favorite things to add. We're going to have show and tell today. This was so much fun. Parsley. And I have to tell you that usually when I juice parsley, I go for the flat leaf parsley. That is my favorite. I think it's the easiest to go through the juicer. Not that this one is bad, but this was, oh, it smells so good. It's nice and fresh, and if you haven't juiced parsley before, you know what, just start off with a small handful. And I put everything in there, stems, everything. And what I will do, and I'm going to demonstrate here what I do. Let me just get the little twist tie up. When I put it through my juicer, and I'm just taking usually I will take much more than this because I love parsley in my juices, but I will take a bigger handful. But for demonstration purposes, what I will do is I fold it up and I just kind of ball it up like this. So it's a nice little tight ball. Oops, I got parsley falling all over my office here. Dogs are going to love it. And I put this down in my juicer, and I will juice this just like this. And I will do this one of the first things that I put through my juicer because I'm going to put all the other produce then behind this. And you're going to get the goodness from the juice. And believe it or not, this little bunch of parsley actually makes a good amount of juice. Not like cucumbers do, but it makes a really good amount of juice. I happen to like parsley juice. Ladies, what about you? Do you juice parsley?
I do. I use parsley a lot. And it doesn't take much. You're right. It doesn't. I don't like too much of it. You can get it too strong. But I use just about the same amount you had in your hand just now.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Paula, how about you?
Same thing. I use about the same amount. I just ball it up really tight, and I put it in. I usually follow my greens like that with a cucumber or celery, something that has a lot of liquid.
Yeah, and one of the other things that you can do, provided you have a juicer with a wide enough chute, if you want to, you can like slice your cucumber open, put your herbs in between your cucumber, and then put your cucumber down into your juicer if you want to, if you have that ability. I know some juicers have a smaller chute and you have to cut your produce finer, so you can't always do that. But I would like to add in a couple of the benefits of parsley, especially. Parsley, first of all, is very detoxifying for the body. So it's a natural detoxifier. But it's also great for your eyes. Really great. There's studies that show that parsley really helps with dry eye. I personally had horrible dry eye after having LASIK surgery, and I was on, I can't even think of the name of the drops, but I was on a drop for dry eye. I started juicing lots of parsley. And probably about a year after I started juicing parsley, I went to have my eyes checked, and my ophthalmologist was like, "What are you doing? What are you doing? Your eyes are perfect. They are perfectly moist." And I wasn't using the drops at all. So parsley is very good in terms of adding, moisture in with if you have dry eyes. So If you're suffering from dry eye, try that out. Let's move on to the next one, which is one of my other favorites. And I used to grow this in my garden all the time, and now that I'm living in an apartment, I don't have that luxury, but right here, look at this. Look at this beautiful stuff. This is mint. This is mint. And yes, if you find this growing in your garden, you can juice what grows in your garden. It is not a weed. It is not a weed. And before I started juicing, I always thought this was a weed, but it is not a weed. This is really good stuff. Really, I love it. Not only, you know, I know people sometimes crush it up and we'll use it in beverages, but it makes great tea. But in your juices, this is phenomenal. Mint is excellent in your juices. So, and again, I've got leaves, I've got herbs falling out of my office. Again, I will take the stems, everything, you know, ball it up, put it down in the juicer. Mint, I can't stop smelling it. It smells something. Mint is great for mental clarity. So it does add that benefit. It's also very detoxifying. But one of the other things that I found out with several of the herbs that I'm going to show you today, when you get a good level going in your body, if you're juicing them on a regular basis, if you're in a climate where you have mosquitoes, this provides a natural mosquito repellent. And I did not know that. This was when I was still living in Wisconsin. My first summer after juicing, I went out in the backyard, which we would be inundated with mosquitoes. Not one mosquito touched me. Not one, because I had the natural level in my body. So you can also rub this on your skin as well, and it will deter the mosquitoes as well. So mint. Ladies, do you juice mint?
I don't juice. I've never juiced it because there's so many. Yeah, I haven't juiced it. We have it. We actually grow it, and we do put it in beverages. Tea. We make tea with it. We put it in iced tea, but I've never juiced it because I typically like I like cilantro and parsley and spinach. Those are my go-tos. So I'll have to try juicing it.
Yeah, try it. It's really good. Paula, how about you?
When I juiced it, I didn't really care for it, but I haven't tried it in a really long time, so maybe I'll give it a try again. Because I do like mint teas, and I love the mint that's in Organifi. You know, that minty taste. So I'll give it a shot again.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites. Sorry, my office smells fantastic today. Okay, so moving on. Penny just mentioned this one. Cilantro. So if you're a salsa fan, this is a great. Oh, see. If you're a salsa fan, this is a great thing for salsa. But cilantro, again, in juices, fantastic. You know, very simple juice. One of my favorite juice recipes was cilantro. Some cucumber or some romaine, and a lot of cilantro and some lime. And I will actually put a pinch of Himalayan salt in there. So good. It's so good. And this, again, cilantro is very detoxifying for the body. So, you know, if you're looking for that glowing skin, you know, and just that overall wellness feeling, add some cilantro. Penny, I'm going to pick on you. What's your favorite recipe with cilantro?
I do the same. I use it. I usually put cucumber. I start with cucumber. I have a lot of cilantro. I use limes instead of lemons. I typically use lemon. With cilantro, I use lime. Sometimes some spinach, and I do also add a little pink salt to it.
Love it. Love it. I know you're a Tabasco fan. Do you ever add Tabasco to that?
I have added Tabasco to it, yes.
I love that. Yes, Tabasco is another thing you can add as a flavor enhancer. I know Penny's a big Tabasco. She's down from that Texas there, so she's into the Tabasco.
I love it.
I love it. Okay,
put on everything.
You know what? I can do like a half a drop.
Oh my God.
I'm a little Midwestern girl.
I use like a bottle a week.
Okay, so here's my best smelling one, which is basil. Basil. Ooh, see again. I love basil in my juices. And basil has so many good uses in any of the recipes that we use here at Fitlife. Not only juicing, but it's great by itself. You can use it in salads. You can chop it up and put it into your different dishes. You can make pesto out of this. I've actually had pesto hummus, which is amazing, absolutely amazing. So it's one of my favorites. Paula, are you a big basil fan? No, really? Okay. You're not either, Penny? Oh, really? Oh, I love basil.
Nope.
I'm with Penny on the cilantro. We grow so much of that in our garden. I juice it all the time.
Johnny, you're shaking your head. Are you not a basil fan either?
No. No.
Oh. And just a little side note on basil, if you get like a bug bite, take a leaf of this, rub that on your bug bite. It's very soothing. Johnny, you know what? I just happened to think about. Do you have readily available herbs in Iceland?
Yes, they grow it in greenhouses. We got a lot of mint and basil and a lot of things. They
Nice.
grow it in greenhouses, so we get it fresh in a small pot. So you can put it in your bigger pot and grow it yourself. When you
Yes.
finish, pick it up.
Love it. I love it.
I normally use only mint.
You use mint. You're a mint fan too. I love it. Nicolette says, I love it so much. You can buy the plant at TJ's, pick the leaves, and keep the pot growing until winter here in California. Yeah, absolutely. That is my intention, is to put an herb garden on my patio. I love what you can do with herbs, and so much. Oh, my office smells amazing. My hands smell amazing. Anyways, so if you're watching and you have questions about any of the herbs, how to incorporate them, let us know. Please type in and let us know what your thoughts are, what questions you have. If you are watching and you have a question about something other than the herbs, please type your question in. Because you're live, we will get to your question first before we pull from a bank of questions, because we have a lot of questions that were sent in today. So we're going to dig into those questions, and let's see what we can answer here. So bear with me one moment. I'm going to start at the bottom of the list today. Oh, here's a good one from Jeff. Jeff says, how do you stay focused during the summer? This can be a difficult thing. It can be a difficult. Summer is the season of barbecues and picnics and family reunions and so many different things. Depending on where you're at, it's, dining al fresco outside. It can be very tempting to stray from your normal routine, and it doesn't have to be that way. You don't have to fall prey to that. It's very easy. And the thing of it is really thinking about incorporating your fresh ingredients into what you're eating during the summertime. I know often for me, if it's very warm out, I don't feel like cooking, so I turn to salads. I will make a really great salad with lots of fresh ingredients. You've got farmers markets where you are. Take advantage of those really fresh ingredients and add those in, into whatever you're doing. We've got so many different kinds of lettuce you can do, different herbal mixes, all kinds of things, cucumbers, tomatoes, scallions, gosh, there's so many, and even some of the summer squashes and things like that. Add those in, start to add those into your dishes as you're moving forward. Fresh salsas. If you're into salsas, add some fresh salsas to your morning eggs or to your salad or on your fish, whatever you're having, add those in. Hey, Stefan, we're glad you're here. If you have a question, let us know. So summer doesn't have to be this time of getting off track. Now, often I'll hear from people, well, summertime is always the time that I'm socializing with my friends, and there's always this temptation to have alcohol. Well, you know what? There's an easy way to get around that. Number one, if you decide that that's the way that you want to go, that you absolutely have to indulge, which you don't, but if you do, keep it simple. Really keep it simple. You know, avoid all the sweet mixers, things like that. Go with a simple, you know, maybe a glass of red wine, something very simple like that. But my recommendation and my go-to has always been some mineral water with a shot of lime juice and a lime in there. That's one of my favorite ways to go in the summer. It's very refreshing. You get that tang from the lime. It's a great way to go. Penny, Paula, what do you do when you're being social if there's the temptation of alcohol? What are you ladies doing?
I go for like a club soda, mineral water. You know, usually people are having that or have something, or simply sometimes just water with you know, a slice of lemon, a slice of lime. Depends on the situation. Sometimes I take my own, you know, and I have some pretty water bottles, and sometimes I'll carry my own if it's, you know, people that are close friends that, you know, it's not a fancy get together. If it's something for business or work, then that's different. But usually you can get some kind of filtered water, club soda, something like that with lemon or lime in it.
Yeah. Paula, how about you?
I don't drink. I haven't in a very, very, very long time because of my liver issues, so I don't really have a problem with that. But same as Penny, you know, I don't drink soda or anything like that. Might have like an unsweetened iced tea, depending on where I'm at and if it's fresh brewed or something like that. But I generally go with like a sparkling water or something like that.
Yeah, one of my other favorite go-to, and I just thought about this, is I will brew. This is dating me, but sun tea. I love doing sun tea, and I will actually do it with green tea. So I'll do organic green tea bags, you know, in a mason jar and brew that, and I keep that in my fridge. And I will add that green tea. I will just do the green tea and I'll add Organifi to it, or I'll do the green tea and add some mineral water to it with a little lime. There's so many options, and it's so refreshing. So, you know, before you automatically turn to, oh, I want alcohol, you know, think of all your other options, because there's so many things. There's fruit-infused waters. You can do, you know, vegetable-infused waters. So many options. So think about these things first and, you know, go that route. Same thing with food. You know what? If you're going to be tempted by things that you know you don't want to put in your body, if you can, take your own food with you. Take your food with you. Or if you're bringing a dish, bring a dish to pass that is something you know that you can have. And chances are you're going to share it and inspire other people along with you. So set yourself up for success no matter what you're doing. And maybe that means that you're going to, you know, get a little fitness in and have a healthy snack before you go, so that you're not as tempted when you get there. So let's jump on, because we have some comments here from those watching. Nicolette says, I've been lazy and not pulled my juicer out yet. I've been throwing all my greens into my Vitamix. Having the fiber makes me less hungry. And Nicolette, you can absolutely do that. Perfectly fine. You do not have to, juicing is not a mandatory thing. We do recommend it, but we do smoothies as well. Smoothies are a great way to do it. And yes, that fiber is good for you. The reason why we juice is really to give the digestive system a rest. And so I do recommend that eventually you do pull out that juicer, because I'm sure it's calling to you from wherever it is in your house. Get it out, say hello to it, introduce yourself, and try it out. And create some fun juices. I mean, this is the season where we've got the best produces. And you know what? Get out there and try so many different things. Just try them out. You never know what you're going to find and what you're going to like, and create some great, great recipes. You know, one of my favorite things, especially this time when the citrus is so good, grapefruit and yellow beets. One of my favorite juices. I love to start off a day with that. But even, again, with the lemon so fresh right now, lemon ginger. I love lemon ginger. It's one of my favorite combinations. Really easy, very detoxifying, so good for you. So, so good for you. Oliver says, what brand of juicer do you recommend to someone that hasn't done juicing before? Oliver, we get this question on a regular basis. I love this question. The best juicer is the one that you're going to use, unlike Nicolette's that she needs to pull it out and say hello to again. Find a juicer that you love. You know, there's no one best juicer. We talk about a lot of different brands, Breville, Cuvings. My first juicer was a Cuisinart. I have a Dash juicer. I have a J. Cordich Power Grind Pro. There are so many different juices out there, and there's high end and there's low end and there's things in between. So really, look at what your budget is, figure out your budget, and then find the juicer that's within your budget. And a great resource place where you can go and get reviews on all the juices that are out there is discountjuicers.com. The guy who runs the site does reviews on every juicer that's out there. So if you're unfamiliar or not sure what you want to get, I recommend going there and checking out all the different reviews on juicers, because he's very neutral. He doesn't support any one type of brand, but you're going to get great reviews on all the juicers. So it's a great resource. If you haven't juiced before, I would recommend, well, you know what, my first juicer was a centrifugal juicer, and there's lots of mixed pieces on what's the better way to go, centrifugal or masticating, and the difference is centrifugal has a grinding piece that spins and mashes the juice out of your produce, whereas masticating usually has like a corkscrew mechanism, and it squeezes the juice out of your produce. There are different strains of thought that the centrifugal juicer heats up your juice. Really, the juice is going through it so fast that you're not really heating that juice up very much. So it really depends on the time you have and what you want to do. And so, research your options and get what's within your budget and get something that you're going to use, because you want to be using it. Shouldn't just be a decoration on your counter. Let's see. Stefan says, how to survive surrounded by negative people? Excellent question. As you start your transformation and as you start to incorporate more positivity in your life, you may find that a lot of the negative things that are in your life right now suddenly become, they don't serve you, so they seem to fade out. And if you're putting more positive energy into your life and you're putting out more positive energy as a whole, you're going to attract that which you put out. So you're going to attract that positive. Johnny says, my ears have grown a good filter. I love that. I love that. Yes. And, as you're putting out that positive energy, you're going to attract that back to you. So you're going to naturally attract people to you that are much more positive. What steps can you do to start that? Well, first of all, monitoring what you're bringing into your life, deciding what you have a choice of what comes into your life. Start eliminating some of the negative pieces that are in your life, whether that be, and I know there's a lot of crazy stuff going on in the world today, but that doesn't mean that you have to watch it. That doesn't mean that you have to be part of that. Yes, do you need to stay informed? Yeah, sure. But you don't have to allow that into your space. So, one of the things, and I remember Drew had said this a couple of years ago, he doesn't subscribe to television, and so at one point I cut my cable, and I haven't had it since. I do not miss it. I don't get the newspaper. Anything that I need to know, I'm on social media. It just comes to me. So I'm not too concerned about that, but it eliminates a lot of the negative out of my life. As well as what your other things. What are you reading? Are you reading things that are positive, uplifting? Think about that. All the different stimuli that's coming into your life, you want to choose the more positive route for that so that you're feeling more positive about you. One of the simple things that I recommend to all our new clients when they start with us, every day when you get up, first thing in the morning, choose one thing to be grateful for. Gratitude has this amazing power to change your life. And even if you start off with one thing that day, and maybe it's just, I got up today and I'm breathing. And if that's what your gratitude is, that's fantastic. Go with it. Lean into that because it's a good thing. So maybe you're going to write that down on a sticky note and stick it to your bathroom mirror, and every morning when you walk in your bathroom, you're saying, I'm alive and I'm breathing. It's another day. And be grateful for that. And as you start to embrace that, you're going to find more positive things to be positive about. One of the things I also practice at night before I go to bed is I have a set of mala beads, which very similar to, I grew up with rosaries, so if you know what a rosary is, it's very similar to that. There's 108 beads on it. I go through that, and for each bead I find something that I'm grateful for. And I do that, and trust me, by the time you get to 108 things that you're grateful for, you're feeling pretty good, and you're going to bed feeling really pretty good. So I don't end my night with television, I end my night with gratitude, and then I wake up with gratitude. So as you start to incorporate those things, you're going to find that your energy is going to change, and what you're putting out is going to attract back to you much more positive things. Okay? Let's see. Oh, Nicolette says, on the diet says you can have coconut water, but it has 17 grams of sugar. I stopped drinking coconut water a while back due to trying to remove all sugars. Yes, coconut water does have a lot of sugar in it, and it's a good time to address that sugar piece. Sugar is sugar no matter where it comes from. Your body does not differentiate good sugar from bad sugar. So it doesn't, if you consume a candy bar or you consume a banana, it's the same in your body. Your body still recognizes it as sugar. Granted, some of your fruit sources may have a little bit less sugar, but you need to also watch your serving size on that. So you need to really look at what you're putting in your body. And if you're trying to eliminate sugar out of your nutrition plan, coconut water is not necessarily the way to go. I would recommend going with a filtered water or a more alkaline water rather than the coconut water. Granted, coconut water tastes amazing. But if you're trying to eliminate that sugar out, you may want to eliminate the coconut water out. Okay. Stefan says, the thing is, my parents are negative people and I have to live with them 3 more years till I finish my studies, and it affects me. I just got back from a holiday and all the way they judge people complained. Stefan, again, you choose how you react to things. So it's really a choice about how you react to this. Penny, you wanna jump in here on this? I know you always have some good tidbits.
I don't know. I think I have a lot of patience, and I'm kind of like Johnny. I've grown some good filters, and I just don't take anything personally. And I try to combat it with either divert the conversation to something more pleasant. If people are talking negatively, I try to find something positive to interject. And I mean, sometimes that works. Sometimes it's absolutely pointless because they're set on being negative. There's some people who I believe are just negative no matter what you do. But I think for me, the gratitude portion is what keeps me positive. Saying mantras, removing myself. Sometimes I have to excuse myself from the conversation. Take myself somewhere else to another room, go outside. For me, the outdoors is very calming and relaxing. And I tend to divert to that during times of stress, or if I need to get away from something, I tend to do that. Even just step outside. If I don't have time to go for a walk, to get away from something like that, I can step outside and refresh, basically.
Yeah. And don't be afraid to remove yourself from the situation, even if it's just to take a break to, and always remember other people's reactions are, their own issue. It's not necessarily about you. It's realizing you control what you think, and you don't have control over what other people think. So you really have to, look at that as live your life as positive as you can. As best as you can, and realize that other people's reactions are due to their own insecurities and not necessarily yours. Oliver says, having optimal sleep, can we do to improve our sleep patterns since growth comes through those 8 hours? Oh, I love that. Great questions today. I love this. Sleep. Sleep is so important. Yes, Oliver is right. All your healing, all the good stuff happens when you're sleeping. So you need to make sure that you are getting enough sleep. And this is one of the things that I love. I kind of preach about a little bit. We live in a very virtual world where we are connected sometimes 24 hours a day, whether it be to your laptop, your computer, your cell phone. You know, we sleep with our cell phones next to us. You have to learn to shut it down. At some point every day, you've got to do that virtual shutdown every single day. You know, I always recommend that you do a virtual shutdown about, 30 minutes before you're ready to go to bed. Your brain needs time away from all of that stimulation in order to settle down for you to get a restful night's sleep. So do a virtual shutdown. You can do things like reading, meditating, just enjoying the quiet, but allow your brain that time to be away from all the stimulus, from all the electronic devices. Now, some of the other things you can do. A little meditation is great, especially before bed. Helps you to relax. Also, one of the things that we recommend to our clients is adding in some magnesium. A lot of us walk around deficient in magnesium just because we all lead very stressful lives. The pace of life these days is very fast, especially here in the U.S. Now I know, and we just had one of our coaches visiting from the UK who said, "Oh my gosh, you guys live so fast," and it's the truth. And living that fast-paced life is very stressful and tends to deplete you from magnesium naturally. So you need to supplement, and there's many different forms out there. I usually recommend to my coaching clients to start with 250 milligrams. Work your way up to about 500 milligrams. Take that every night before bed, about 20 minutes. It's going to help your body relax and put you in a more relaxed state to sleep. It's also going to help replenish that magnesium that you may be deficient in. As well, it keeps you regular. So that's just the side benefit of the magnesium. So that's why I say you can do the different capsule forms, which there's magnesium citrate, magnesium malate, magnesium oxide, and magnesium oxalate. But there's also other things like Calm. I know Penny does Calm. Some of the other things you can do, lemon balm works really good for sleep. Lavender. Adding those things. So if you can get a lavender pillow spray your pillows at night. That's very relaxing. Infusers, if you have any kind of oil infusers, adding in that lavender, the lemon balm, things like that will help with that sleep and help you to relax and get a better night's sleep. And it's really important to actually to make time to have sleep. You've got to actually consciously make the choice of, okay, this is the time I'm going to bed. Don't keep extending that out. When you're up till midnight, 1 in the morning, continuing to push yourself, and then you only allow yourself maybe 5 hours of sleep, you have to accommodate yourself for that sleep time. So set the time and say, okay, this is it. You know what, 10 o'clock at night, I'm done. Time to put the work away. It's time to put everything else away. Make yourself a priority. Absolutely make yourself a priority and realize that you need that sleep and it's just time to shut down. Unless it's life or death, everything else can wait till the next day. Honestly. Nothing is that important that it can't wait till the next day. So allow yourself, schedule that time for yourself to sleep. So, so important. Yeah, Nicolette says, read the 4 Agreements. I love that book. Yes, if you have not read that book, you need to read that book. One of my favorite books. We'll get that posted in the membership for you. One of my favorite books, 4 Agreements. Which basically the premise is that, we are born without any values, any notions, any judgments. It's all what's fed into us by those that surround us. So it's really about getting inside yourself and deciding, who are you? Who are you, and what does that look like for you? Yes, definitely read the Four Agreements. Great book. Great suggestion, Nicolette. Thank you. Stefan says, what about energy? Sometimes I don't have energy at all, or sometimes I wake up and don't even feel like eating or doing something that day. Well, Stefan, that just depends on, a lot of things. Are you getting enough sleep? Are you hydrating? Are you eating well? These are all conscious choices that we have to make, and you have to be an active participant in your own life. So start to make those choices. This is all the mindset. These are all the mindset pieces that we work on throughout our coaching program with our clients, is getting yourself in that proper mindset so that you are able to make the right choices for you. Are you going to make them 100% of the time? No. But you'll know what to do when you are getting off track. So I highly encourage you. Number one, in the membership, we have a great resource. It's the 21-day mindset course. So if you haven't checked that out, check it out. It's a great way to get yourself back on track. One of my favorite pieces of work. And the other thing is what we start everyone off with here at Fitlife. You need to do your why-identity. You need to do your why-identity. Everybody needs to do their why-identity, because if you haven't done your why-identity, you don't know what your why is. So I encourage you. It's in the home page. First tab, getting started, will have the why-identity worksheet. Do your why-identity. And you need to write it down. It's not something you do up in your head, because if it's up in your head, you're going to let it go and you're going to forget about it. You've got to write it down. Do the work, write it down, figure out what is your why. What is your why? We've talked about a lot of different pieces today, and great questions from everybody watching today. And here's the thing. You know what? Number one, it's about deciding that you want to take control of your life. So you have to take control of your life. How are you going to do that? Do you know where to start? Do you need the accountability? What do you need to move forward? And I'm going to give you a couple tips and tidbits on how to get yourself started. First of all, if you have not gotten inside of our membership, get yourself inside the membership, do your identity, and participate. Our coaches are in there every day, happy to answer questions. If you have questions you don't want to post in the membership about something specific, email me, jill@fitlife.tv. I am happy to answer questions. That is my direct email here at Fitlife, and you can email me anytime with your questions. Second of all, get active in the membership. You came to this community looking for a community of support, and you have it. So utilize the resources that you have. Get inside the courses. We've got great courses in our membership. Alpha Reset, the 5-day detox, the 21-day mindset. Lots of great courses. Get in there, try them out, try them on, and if you have questions about them, let us know. We're here to help you. If you're looking for a little bit more structure, maybe you want to get started and you're not sure where to get started. Alpha Reset. You can definitely try out the Alpha Reset. It's our basic reset, gets you on the right track moving forward. So check out the Alpha Reset. Beyond that, we have our custom detox meal plans. They are 4 weeks of custom meal plans for you, along with weekly updates and customizations. I would definitely recommend that for you if you just want meal plans and are not sure where to start. So we have an offer here. You can check out the offer. 1 month of our custom detox plans is $97, which it's phenomenal. Provided you report in each week with your results and your updates, you will get your custom suggestions back, but you have to communicate with us. So it's taking responsibility in your life for making changes. Beyond that, if you need more accountability because you're just not able to stick to that, then we have our coaching program, and we have phenomenal coaches. 3 of which are on this call. Well, 4, but you will get weekly accountability. You're going to get coaching calls. We have created a program that has every piece for you, the resources, videos. We've done the menus with the recipe guide and shopping lists. We've even included workout videos, and we do a lot of mindset work. So if you're ready for more accountability and you need that piece, please reach out. We would love to help you get started. You can reach out to me, again, Jill at fitlife.tv. We can get you scheduled for a call to discuss what option is best for you. If you're really not sure how to move forward, you know what, reach out to me. We'll get you scheduled on a call and figure out a plan for you to move forward. So we have lots and lots of options here at FitLife for anyone who's looking for holistic, real-life change and wants to make those changes for a better, bigger life. And we're here to help you do that. So we will be back again next week with more excitement and lots more fun stuff. And I hope you enjoyed this call today. If you have any feedback or you have questions, email me again. You can drop your questions inside the membership. If you have not gotten in the membership yet, get in there. Come join us. We want to see you over there. Hear what you're up to. Answer your questions. Celebrate your successes. That's why we're here. So with that said, we're going to wrap up for today. I'm so glad everybody joined me. Thank you, Paula, Penny, Johnny. Glad to have you with me. And we'll be back next week, Friday. Have a great weekend, everybody. Bye-bye.